Hello and welcome. Today is Wednesday, November 30th, and thank you for being here. Let's have a little check-in question before we get underway officially. And the check-in question is, what do you like most about DAOs? This is just a general discussion, and I'm going to give ourselves just a few minutes to discuss while we're waiting for everyone.
Being myself.
Yeah, being yourself in DAOs?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Go ahead.
I personally think that we don't yet know what DAOs really are, and in my opinion, DAOs should be defined in a new way. Since we're kind of defining a new kind of money in cryptocurrency, we should be designing a new kind of human organization, not just extending corporations into the blockchain world. I think that's a big mistake. I think we should be defining what we want our new kind of human organizations to look like.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan has entered the chat. Thank you. Thank you. That's why we love Dan so much. Go ahead. We can thank you for raising your hands. It's not necessary, but go ahead, Logan, Clarity Community.
No, it says Clarity Community. Is my sound coming through okay? My headphones kind of weird sometimes.
You're good.
Yeah, I think backing off of Dan's point, I think my favorite thing about DAOs is just the potential of them. I mean, this new organizational structure, it's so versatile and so flexible, and we're not sure, we're not quite sure yet what's possible with it. But in theory, what I really love about it is that it gives you the ability to really be part of the communities that you're most passionate about, and get recognized for your contribution to those different communities. And I'm excited to see, how they enter into the real world. And I think we're at the forefront of that. So that's my favorite part.
Excellent.
I'll go now. Oh yeah. Someone else is there. Go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe Clint. Yeah.
Thank you. Great point, Dan. I totally agree with what you said. But the thing I love most about DAOs is like the democracy, like on-chain democracy, that we have representation. I think it's a perfect use case for blockchain. And when you see all the problems around the world right now with different democratic systems, I think a lot of these things could be streamlined and fixed just by using transparent public ledgers. So I just love that it gives people the voice in organizations and the right to vote, etc.
Excellent. And who is next?
I might just add that I think that those two comments are essential to the definition of DAO. I don't think we should separate people from our organizations, and that means including the whole knowledge is power part of the equation. That means we all need to have a democracy in DAOs, and DAOs shouldn't exist without democracy. Otherwise, we're just reintroducing plutocracy.
Absolutely. I just want to.
Let's have one more. We've got a spicy group. I love it. I love the interaction. This is a lively community. But I have a plan that basically. Well, I'll get into it now. But one more comment. If anybody's got a burning comment, otherwise we'll kick off.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Degani.
Yeah. I have a little bit kind of little different view on that. I feel like DAOs are not really alien to us. I think they are the most human thing to humanity. And the expansion of the economic expansion really restricted or the need for centralization because of the economic expansion killed them or restricted them. now we got the tools to go back to our roots and rediscover them. That probably the.
I like that, the idea that the DAO is a more organic or traditional organization. Yeah, that's wonderful. All right.
Sorry, it's her bedtime. She's going to bed now, so she just came in to say goodbye. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Bedtime.
Bye.
Nice. Oh, wonderful. We are. Thank you all for joining. Today is November 30th. We are here at the Project Catalyst After Town Hall session, sponsored by Catalyst Swarm and IOG. My name is Newman Lanier, and I'm representing the DAOs Love Cardano Challenge Team. I'd like to thank you for attending and recognize a few folks that are joining us. Harsha on the challenge team, Harsha, Dan, and did Aaron already have to drop off? No, he's still there. There are, man, the dignitaries that are all here, thank you all for joining us. In the next hour, we're going to do some DAO research. Together, we'll build a document called a feature matrix. And I want to share. Oh, let me share my screen of how this might work. Screen 2 and portion of the screen. Here we go. I think this will work. So can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, yeah.
Okay, cool. This is my planning document. There. Hold on, little technical difficulties as we get this. I just switched up my monitor. Hopefully, is that a good size for everyone? Okay, so I shared this document in the chat. We'll be building this feature matrix that looks a bit like this. These here on the left are DAO tools. And there's some of the folks are here. There's Clarity Community with Logan, Aaron Consens. There may be some other ones. I just saw the folks from Voltaire. Anyway, the idea is to go through each one of these in small groups. Now, here's our conundrum, is that I was planning to do breakout rooms.
It's
in this breakout room.
Ask for permission to join the doc, and I want to make sure everyone can get on it.
Oh, is that are these docs not shared publicly? Oh, sorry about that. And this one definitely should be shared publicly. Oh no, I did not share my docs. Okay. All right. So, the Miroboard is kind of scary to me because there's a lot of moving parts in there. But I've recreated each of the websites that we want to look through here on this document. This is just a link, and you can link down to the Mercury chat, for instance, could be here. And the idea is to open up the link and go through and try to discern or to figure out, do some research based on these topics: communication and coordination, voting and decision making, finance and reward sharing, etc. these categories were broken down by the
Hey, Newman, I have a quick a little thing. So
sure.
all of this is already on the Miro doc. Like, for example, clarity, the yes, no things are all on the Miro doc. There are only a couple of DAOs or DAO tools that we haven't explored yet. So if like the community can add value there, it would be best.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yep, that is true. The ones that we're most interested in are awesomeum.io.
And also like some of those are not actually tools. We might have put some names in there that might or might not be tools. So that is for us to figure out whether they should be there or shouldn't be there. Yeah.
Right. Some of these are yeah, exactly. That's a good point. So the idea is that we were to split off into smaller groups. Unfortunately, we do not have I don't have the ability to make a breakout room on top of this breakout room. So what we're going to try to do is either work quietly on your own or go to another service, which I can put into the chat here.
There are 2 open rooms. There are 2 unused open rooms. I think maybe you could just look at the list of breakout rooms. There's open room 1 and 2, which no one's used, maybe.
Yeah, a great idea. If you wanted to use breakout rooms that are not being used, open room number 1 and open room number 2. Oh.
Yeah. In that case, can we like divide up the total number of tools that we have into 2 groups, and each group will work on one section and the other group will work on the other section, and then we meet back in say 10 minutes or whatever, 10-15 minutes, whatever.
That sounds good. How about the first 3? Can you guys see my screen? So maybe the first this is why. Let's go to this one actually. So these first 3, this is also not great. So these are the ones that we want to work on. Let's have the first group here and the second group here. If you like, you can put your name down for. Oh, that's not good. That doesn't look great. No, that doesn't look great. Maybe we're back at the the Miroboard. But the idea is, does anyone have any questions about the idea or the concept of working together to build out this document? Oh boy.
I guess my question is, we're looking at the elements that have a question mark. Is that right?
Well, elements that have a question mark or that have that have nothing in them. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
And also this is just like a small list that a couple of us curated. If you know other tools that we haven't caught up to, please feel free to add them.
Oh, and join. It looks like you can't join spatial chat with the video and audio working on Zoom. Okay, so that won't work. And you can't really leave Zoom because you can't really come back quickly. Although maybe you could. that is a bit of a.
I think we can just use the empty breakout rooms and start working on it, because figuring out is taking too much time.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. You got 2 breakout rooms.
Okay, let's use them. Let's use them. So let's so if you feel comfortable, we've got let's make the first breakout room the first 2 where is it? This one. So let's go with these 2 in the in the first breakout room. And Harsha, do you want to take some folks over there? And that's breakout room number. Okay, MJ's over there in breakout room number 1. And maybe Harsha, will you take these last 3 in breakout room number 2? Is that and then I'll set the timer, and we will we'll come back here in about 10 minutes. All right. All right. Okay. So that looks good. Let's put it here. Thanks for hanging in with me. It looks like some people are getting down into those other breakout rooms. And then there's, well, we're all here.
Which
So
is the second group staying in here?
I guess so. Yeah. Let's work on these, and I'll share my screen, and we'll go through. But the idea is that I have a lot of fun like digging into these websites. And this little so let's just look at Token Allies. Never heard of them before. So let's open up their website. And the first thing we're looking for is communication and coordination. That to me sounds like that they've got like some type of chat or messaging or forum. Tokenization with a high level of trust, transparency, and agile at scale. And so I encourage you to either listen in as I do, or quietly look into your own, like pull up the links and go through. You can also bring up stuff here. Huh. Okay, so this is a tokenization. I like
Newman, I just need to figure out what all DAOs we are working on, what all tools we are working on, and what all you folk are.
Oh, okay. Here you go. These last two.
Okay, can you show me in the mirror, because like we are on the mirror and this is like.
Oh, okay. Sure. Are you're going to use the Miroboard? All right.
Yeah.
Here is the Miro. Is this the one that has edit access? Yeah.
Perfect.
Are you on there?
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Which all are you guys doing?
Yeah, so we're doing these two, these three.
Os
Or actually, I'm doing
Osmium.
token allies is what we're doing right now.
Okay, so token, Voltaire, and Osmium.
If you do Voltaire, yeah, just try to do one. Just try to see how far
Just
you can
Voltaire. Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's
I'll
try to do
let them
Voltaire.
know, because someone said they worked with Osmium or something, so they know Osmium. They wanted to work on it. If no one's working on Osmium, then
they can yeah, if they wanted to do that one on their own, or if you felt like, yeah, I mean, it's not, yeah, Osmium would be okay. I don't know that much about it.
yeah, we'll check Osmium and Voltaire. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you. Okay, cool. And yeah, I just the Miroboard scares me. I'm afraid of like pulling something off to the side. Okay. And this might be no. Oh, here it is. And I was looking at their white paper. I like to copy these white papers. They're definitely something. The other. So, I don't think it. See, so tokens means like legal framework. Join our second round of probably February 1st. Is that from which year? I wonder.
I think it must be last year because it says it's begun. So
yeah. Let's check out this.
I was looking for legal stuff and I can't actually see any on their site. So maybe I'm just not looking in the right place. But can't see a legal framework.
Yeah, let's pop that in there. Has anyone else found anything on the other ones? Here's a good like header. It's often found that people will put like the real thing, like changing the traditional ways of crowdfunding. Like what they're about. Okay. Oh, here you go, roadmap. Okay.
The roadmap viewable? Or is that just a roadmap?
Yeah, that's it. That's all. It's not a.
Which one is that using to?
Oh, here you go. Alley governance system. So, okay, so on the roadmap, they've got something about a governance. Let's put down. I don't see anything about like communication or how it works. This might be. Well, we've got, let's see how long this is. Oh, perfect. This is just about
Welcome to Token Allies, crowdfunding for all.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Anyone? Yeah.
Token Allies provides businesses and startups the opportunity to get tokenized. What does tokenize mean? In simple terms, tokenization allows businesses to become a digital asset. Why do this? This way, they can sell their tokens to investors and get quick funding for their projects, similar to how a stock works. However, the difference with a stock is that this token will be programmed into the blockchain, which guarantees its authenticity and safety. With our platform, investors will be able to trade businesses and startup tokens, giving them easy access to markets from all over the world. Businesses will have a user-friendly platform to manage and sell their token, making crowdfunding simple. The platform will have its native cryptocurrency called AliCoin, which will be used to buy these tokens. We believe in a world where traditional markets are no longer the standard. Blockchain is here to stay. Join us today.
Okay. So I think it's this. I think it's finance and reward sharing. Token as a or similar to a stock. That's interesting. Membership tracking, community broadcasting. I don't think it does. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think they do. But although, like finances and legal, let's also put maybe. Not clear, right? Okay. I'm going to stop the share. Did we lose everybody? Let's ask the Harsha to come back. Hey Dan.
Yes.
Would you go over and ask Harsha to come back into the main room?
Oh, sure.
And then we can just discuss. Yeah, and then we'll discuss when folks come. Oh, and I fully wanted to turn off the recording with all that going on. I knew that, but maybe that was interesting. But the recordings in the ideal space is that we would be alone in smaller groups to be a little bit more participatory and inclusive, because maybe you don't feel comfortable, talking with a group of 6 or 9. Maybe better just one-on-one, which is nice. And then to kind of quietly research, and then we come back and talk about what we found. Because I would like to know, for instance, this idea of tokenization as like stock membership, like buying a stock in a company is like buying a token, or is it something brand new, something that we, is a real innovation of the DAO blockchain space.
It was interesting, wasn't it? On that site, they seemed to be talking or think that they were talking to people who didn't really know anything about tokens, because they were like, oh, 1 minute they were describing it as, oh, it's like a stock. And the next minute it was like, oh, it's like crowdfunding. And they were trying to find metaphors to describe what it was, I felt. But I think you probably have to sort of ask them for more information to get the details.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I'm curious, there was a, what they don't have a YouTube here, but yeah, it did. It seemed like the audience wasn't really clear. They're like very, very basic or new to the folks, new to crypto, new to blockchain. Okay. Hey, other group that's now come and joined us. we went into tokenallies.com, and this is what we came up with. That they are in this framework. That really what they do is finance and reward sharing through tokenization. And that it's not very clear if they do communication and coordination, probably. They did mention something in their roadmap about voting and decision making with a thing called the Alley governance system, et cetera, et cetera. What about you all? Were you able to get in some good research?
Clint did, and Clint figured out that Osmium is not building a tool set, so we can remove it. That's our synthesis from the work.
Okay. Let's check it out.
And with Vote Air, we couldn't. The link is broken, so we couldn't figure out what it is.
Oh man, that's not working.
Yeah, and we try to understand what's going on in this link through Catalyst Townhouse QR codes that they give us, but it's not working. It's directed from another place.
Yeah, Osmium DAO are not actually a DAO toolset themselves. They're building with Clarity DAO, but they are an investment DAO for basically they're trying to pool resources together and then use these resources to invest in different digital assets. And then you have to have a Osmium DAO NFT. It gives you a right to a pro rata right to the treasury that they're investing with. And then they have like a different, they have a board, and then they have another board who control the investments and control how it gets distributed out to the holders. So I don't know if that should really be on there, because it's not really a tool itself, but
yeah, exactly. I mean, so a tool to me means that they provide that as a service to other DAOs. Is that a good sort of like what's
yeah, that would be a good explanation. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Like other DAOs can come use this one, right? To do something with it.
Otherwise, it's a thing that someone built with other tools. Like they maybe use Clarity to make it, right? Like Clarity is a tool. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know. And let's put that down. Let's put that down in our document.
No, I think we should remove it from the document, because the document is specifically for tools. If we put all the DAOs, then there'll be an infinite list.
That's true. This is a DAO, not a tool. Okay, cool. Please remove. Okay. And then this other one, this Votaire, because I think they are, little known fact, a one of, because this is our, oh wait a minute, am I sharing my screen again? Oh, I don't, stop the share. Let's see, these are, I want to give a little shout out to the challenge team, which is sort of funding or supporting us here. These are the funded proposers in our challenge. We had a fund 7, and I think there are 12 here. And then we've got fund 9, which just started, and there are another few here. And I think Votaire is in there. I'm not seeing it now, though.
Governance services? No.
Well, maybe they're up here. Yeah. Anyway, I did want to share this. And I
think voting, Votaire is basic Plutus voting DApp in the second one on top.
Let's check it out. I think that's a. I do want to keep our focus on these funded proposals that have been out, because they are out there building with us. I don't know. That looks like DC Spark.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Anyway, no biggie. Okay. So, did you find but okay, but I think I was able to find the link to Voltaire. And we're gonna use them for something. They were in the, let's close all this down. They were in the documents. So can you guys see the screen? So this is their website. The most inclusive voting platform on Cardano. So that's that is a voting and decision making. But is it a tool? To create a
But it is a tool, no? If it is helping people vote.
Yeah. Simple delegated policy. Yeah, no, this is an app. So this is making stuff. So this is definitely a tool. Now governance. So voting and decision making. Finance and reward sharing. I think that these are, so
in a sense, yes.
Yeah.
Voting and decision making, both finance and reward sharing, because you can use it as a finance and reward sharing, like voting and decision making.
Right. Yeah. It seems like yeah. Go ahead.
Is there like a reward sharing part of Voltaire? Because I saw the decision making, but where is the reward sharing?
As a DAO, you can decide with votes, like reward sharing.
Oh,
it
no,
can be used.
No, 100%. But but the tool is for voting. The reward sharing would be another thing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that this one, I think as a tool, it fits under this. Would, if I had to tag this, it would just be voting and decision making. You could vote and make a decision on your finances and reward sharing. I think that's the point that you're making, MJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it could be used for those things, but these categories are really is to categorize the tools, and this one definitely fits the most into this. A full DAO, like a whole community, really should address each one of these categories in some fashion. It's sort of like, and I would love to share a little bit of the Catalyst compass. And let me pull up a new window and type in Catalyst compass. This guy right here. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Catalyst compass framework, but it's something that we've been working on with Littlefish and some other communities. And I'll just briefly, for the recording, pop in. So here are Aragon categories: membership and tracking, communication and coordination, and these roughly match up with the Catalyst compass or Catalyst GPS: people and culture, collaboration and engagement. And in a brainstorming session, we sort of came around this, although legal services goes in another one over here, legal. But the Catalyst, the compass or the GPS is people and culture, structure and process, network and ecosystem, infrastructure and tooling, and products and services. And these sort of, but not really match up with the Aragon categories. But anyway, that I feel like is an interesting topic of how to get one's head around this whole topic. of DAOs and the definition of DAOs. Yeah. Yes. Okay. How about another round of investigation? I'd like to find one, or let's look back on our because we could do Tosi drop and Logosphere. And then I think that we're covered. And then we've done these. And we can do them here. We can just sort of work quietly on the Miroboard. And I'll copy the Miroboard back in now that we're a smaller group. All right. And I'll set the timer, and we'll just, and if you come across anything, you can shout out, but mostly we're just working quietly. And I will, okay, let's set the timer for another 10 minutes. Yeah.
Who's checking Logosphere?
Looks like it's free. Maybe you and I will go through that one.
Okay.
I'll share my screen, and we'll go from there. Huh. Oof.
Yeah, I got that too. I guess the HTTPS certificate, the SSL certificate's not up to date or something.
Yeah, that's generally what happens. I'm going to allow it.
Oh, it just failed for me. Well, I just tried to go there and it failed. How about you?
No, I got 401 or 404. So that's an easy one. It's defunct.
Yeah.
We could do let's do a search on Twitter.
Good call. Yeah.
I have landed Tosi Drop's Discord page easily.
Oh.
Is token distribution platform a tool?
Can other DAOs use it to build on their DAO? That's sort of what we've come up with.
Is.
So yeah, it feels like a tool.
We put in
It
liquid.
works on Cardano and Ergo blockchains.
Yep. So it's very similar to drip drops that we have already put in. We just need to make sure that the legal aspect of it is taken care of, because I think drip drops is in kind of like a legal situation now. So yeah.
Right.
Oh, I got the Logosphere website to work. I don't know what happened. It's strange, but it's up now. I can see it.
Interesting.
Yeah, Google, and then use the Google link to go to it.
Like,
it works that.
Can you see the screen? Because I was like, ooh, this might be good.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Should I share?
See if you can. I'm gonna stop my share. See, I don't know if I can even give you.
Let me see. Oh no, I can't. It's disabled. It's all right. Yeah, I can just look through it now quickly.
Sure.
Let me just share the link through. I'll share the link in the chat and then try click it in the chat.
Yeah, see if maybe we got a bad link or something.
Here we go. Try this link. This is working for me now. It looks nice.
Dude, yeah, maybe they were working on it as we were on there, because that's not working before.
Yeah. They were updating it, right?
We should send this to them. We should send this to them. It's like, we were there. Like, look at all these people.
Nice.
I think the token distribution software behind Toasty Drop is actually, I don't know whether there's team crossover, but I think it was actually the vending machine guys who actually wrote the distribution part of it. And Toasty Drop's like a front end, a UI on top of it. And vending machine was written by Seal Pool, the state pool operator. So crediting them on it as well, maybe might be worthwhile.
Yeah,
because that's definitely a DAO tool, and DAO, very much DAO minded effort. He effectively wanted to enable small pool operators to have the same sort of utility as drip drops, but without the token platform taking a fee. So anybody runs a state pool or has a token to distribute can take their open source tool and create their own token distribution platform. So very, very DAO tool mindset.
Okay, cool. And would it fit in? I guess it would be token would be in finance and reward sharing mostly, but it could also be membership tracking and platform gating. Let's look at their, what do you think about that?
No, but they're not like gating anything with the tokens. They're only distributing the tokens. So it's just finance and distribution, I think. Like otherwise we can say one thing will like do every, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's sort of that idea that MJ sort of highlighted. It's like, yeah, they could use the tokens for all these other things, but this tool is for token distribution, like drip drops. It's kind of like drip drops, and it uses a backend. Like we think that it uses another service like a vending machine. You were saying, yeah.
The code for it. There's GitHub repos for both, and you can build your own UI to sit on top of the vending machine distribution platform.
Okay.
Oh, so Toasty is just the UI that they built?
I believe so. I get the impression they're a bigger team though, so they may have embellished it and added features and polished quite a lot. So whether that's being fed back into that open source movement, I don't know.
Okay. Let's look up. I wonder if we did this, if we searched on GitHub. Here we go. We did this. It's not there. Nope. What about vending machine?
Vending machine.eu, I think, something like that.
Oh, I'm searching within the repository or something. Come on.
No, that's not there. I've got a website. So it was Seal Pool who wrote the software. See if I've got a link from there. Ada Seal.
It's interesting. Let's see if this Toasty Drop. That's not there. Front end for Toasty Drop. Could this be it?
Page.
Yeah, we found it. Nice. And then if we look at anyway, you can look and see if it's forked off of another project here. Okay, cool.
Hey Newman, could you add those two links for vending machine and all of the in the document so that we can always look at it at another time?
Yep. Let's see if we can find. Did we find a vending machine link? Oh, AdaSeal and Logosphere. Okay, that's the one we were looking at before. Hey, Jonathan, are these other tools maybe to check out, or is this part of the
Logosphere from Clint. AdaSeal is the stake pool operator who wrote the vending machine software that is behind Toasty Drop.
Nice.
You're not sharing your screen. I don't know whether you'd found the GitHub repo for vending machine. I did have a reference to it somewhere.
I didn't find it for vending machine, but I did find it for Toasty Drop. I could look for AdaSeal over there, but that's fine. That's fine.
I'm not be able to update the Miroboard. If you can give me any. I can update on Toasty Drop because I'm on their Discord and other stuff right now.
Okay, cool. Do you have access? You should have access to this Miroboard.
No, I will do another wording and send back to you, Newman. Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
That was an interesting experiment. Thank you so much. I do want to wrap it up, at least for the recording. And if you've stuck around for the recording, you have just witnessed the first live research.
Hey Newman, before you stop the recording, can we just like ask everyone what worked, what didn't work, what can be changed if we have to do it another time so that it stays in the recording?
Of course, yeah. I'm actually I've got a. So this is the closing script. So yeah, please consider giving us some feedback. You can either do it privately or here publicly on the recording. And then please join us at future meetings. We want to do more types of this, of like workshops, people working, getting their hands dirty, not just talking about it, but becoming a community of action where we all get together and work together. I feel like that really creates a better environment for the discussions. I feel like the quality of our discussions, even though we were a little bit disjointed, the quality of the discussions were much better than if we had just sort of talked through those concepts. Reach out to people that you've met here. I think I've met you before, Clint. I've seen you around, Jonathan,
Yes.
Tigani and Cran. I don't know. So please, is there anything that you want to put into the recording now for feedback and how you experienced the session?
If you give us stickies that guide us in the next time, it will be wonderful. Like how can we work to give as a starting point, as a joinees for the workshop, it will be wonderful.
Yeah, I can see that now. It's sort of that like the Miroboard has those things and then just put the stickies down. It's like, yeah. As opposed to trying to put things into the table.
Yeah,
which was very
to
difficult.
guide us to understand your mind. How can we build this with you?
Yeah. That's good feedback. Thank you very much. Anything else?
I think like bringing up tools, there's bound to be people who have used some of them before, and that's a quick win. Just find those, get their feedback or input right at the outset, and then you can move on quickly.
Right. Who's used these tools? Yeah, and I think that somebody knew about the OSIM. Yeah, that was Clint.
Osmium DAO. Yeah, I'm actually doing a memorandum of understanding with them at the moment. So we're doing a partnership.
Cool.
Because I have like a DeFi tool that I built, but we're in the process of building, and that they plan to use it. It's a token distribution thing as well for NFT staking, basically. We could put it on here too. I think it could be of use to some DAOs.
Certainly.
Yeah, but it's not really specifically for DAO communication, etc., but it's just for token distribution, really.
Right.
Finance. But, yeah,
right. Yeah, those.
I mean, it's
yeah.
The same with dip drops and Tosi also. Like it's not specifically for DAOs. Like centralized organizations can also use it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a whole load of alternatives as well for each of these tools that could be listed. Each with different, probably different jurisdictions that they can comply easily more in terms of legalities that was mentioned. I know the Hazelnet bot as well. I've used that personally. So
I like Hazelnet bot. I use that as well. It's a really nice one. They have like a token gating feature built into there, which is pretty useful to use on Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like that's the killer feature for Hazelnet bot. Is the token gating on Discord, but it does some other things as well. And that might be one of those tools that does a thing really well, token gating, but then it also does, it may like do other things. And it's not DZ codes. It's one of the nils.
Niels codes.
Niels codes, right. Okay, cool.
The thing I like most about Hazelnet actually is their premium offering. So if you use their bot and you want to pay for their services to get access to premium features, then they offer the ability to stake with their pool, and the volume of stake you have is related to the number of users of your Discord server, and so you pay more if you're more successful, and you pay less if you're less.
Right.
And so it's a really innovative model because I want a premium service. I'm willing to put my ADA into their pool, on which I will still earn ADA interest, but I'm also getting this premium service. The stake pool operator's winning. I'm winning. The software is wider. I'm talking about it now because of that feature.
Yeah.
It's really innovative model. Really innovative.
And innovative. Yeah, exactly. And maybe that catches on. Maybe that becomes kind of a, like the way we do premium service.
Like a new business model, right?
And that's probably not talked about enough in DAOs, is how do they make money? Because often it's run on sweat equity, and people aren't getting paid for a lot of the efforts, time.
And then when the just to interject, when the money thing comes up, it seems like we fall back onto the old pattern, and like we prefaced in the beginning, that old pattern is why we're trying to innovate and like trying to make a new thing, and that's so those things we want to prick up our ears when we like, okay, how is it that we're how is this differing from the old model? And like, what is the true innovation? Yeah.
And this is the real innovation there, is that the wealth generation that's going on comes through the inflation of the base layer token, which is ADA, which gains value by use of the ecosystem, by engagement in the ecosystem, by the growth of DAOs.
Yeah.
And it's really pulling the whole, turning the whole wealth generation wheel in the way that it should be turned. It's not based on some fat cat getting rich. It's ground up, everybody benefiting from participating.
No, but I also think it would work the other way eventually, when eventually in a couple of 100 years, I don't know when all the ADA is like minted. Then I think these other tokens would become valuable, and people start staking for these other tokens instead of just the ADA, because the gas fees is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Let's I think we're coming up into about an hour. So let's wind down. We'll take a few moments to sort of, and if there's any closing thoughts. I really appreciated the ability to do this. I'm super stoked that we got, you know, a DAO group together, and that I hope to continue on. I think we could try this this method more. I like getting, you know, people active and engaged, participating.
So I also have a one more question. So why did you guys just like put in free work for no reason? Come here, put in work for free instead of getting paid. I was just curious as to why you guys decided to do that.
It's the well, it's the desire for something better. So, you know, I recognize the flaws in the existing systems, and for an experimental system to even gain traction, it often doesn't have any funding to begin with. So, you know, participation then becomes a good way of getting going. But also the expectation that if this is successful, then there will be, you know, ways to earn a living off the back of it.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are issues with that, of course, in that, you know, not everyone can afford to give their time for free to participate in things like that.
Yeah.
But you know, for success to happen, there typically has to be a sacrifice somewhere by someone.
It's a good point, Jonathan.
Hopefully the sacrifice is rewarded, not just like, you know.
For me, it's like quite self-serving, just like more knowledge, right? Just I'm really interested in DAOs, and I want to know what kind of DAO tools are available for builders. So I thought, oh, I'll jump in here and see what's going on. And then I saw, oh, there's a list of DAO tools here. So I thought, well, okay, let's explore this some more. And then obviously I knew Osmium DAO. So, and now I'm on Logosphere. I'm trying to digest what's going on with Logosphere. There's a lot to digest there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely come back the next breakout room and help finish that off.
And also, if next time, if you have ideas for people you'd like to collaborate with, I need this, I need that, because we are working with all these DAOs anyway, and all these DAOs are looking for collaboration. So we really want to like get people in touch and see where things can go. So, you know.
Totally.
Yeah, that and yeah, that I think that those are good examples of why we volunteer or why we participate here, for you know, gaining knowledge and getting the sort of momentum or motivation for sort of the future benefit, you know, getting traction. Jonathan, I think that's a wonderful sort of concept, is there is a sacrifice to, like, when you want something, you have to sacrifice something else, like meaning you're sacrificing what you would be spending your time on, you know, if you weren't here. And then the real thing is to make sure that it counts and it works, that your work and sacrifice like go to ratchet up the system and not just sort of get like washed away. And that's why I think having a meeting, like every meeting should have a document, and that the information that we capture should go into the document. What you've done today is going to help. You know, it goes back into the structure, and then just for your own personal edification. Yeah, these are good. That's a great question, Harsha. Thank you.
Yeah, or we should make it so much fun that people just come for fun and not get rewarded.
Yeah, Dan's up for that. He's just like, he's like, let's make this more fun, man. All right. Okay, let's say goodbye. I'm just gonna shut off the recording. Don't hang up just yet. We'll just shut off the recording. Okay, bye, YouTube. Thank you, Swarm. Thank you, Challenge Team. Thank you, Project Catalyst. Bye-bye.
All right, see you all later.